This is my baseline slackline from Slackline Industries. It's the 85-foot model. I have it in this backpack here because of the simple fact it comes in a box. The box is small and it's not really reusable for storage, so if I were you, I'd recommend getting a bag to put it in. What comes in the box is the tree huggers, which they're pretty good for smaller trees. It has elastic or Velcro strap here to go together. Problem I had right off the bat is this is only for like a 1 foot diameter tree or so. It's not very big at all, and it only comes with 2 of them. So you can only use it on tiny trees. Well, where we live, there's not really that tiny of a tree. So what I did was I sewed up these towels, basically slipped the slack line through here. It's double layered here. I folded it in half twice, and then I sewed up the ends to make it a tube. And you put the slack line through, so it looks like this. So you got the slack line out either end, and then this part goes around the tree to protect the tree. So it'll slide on the towel instead of rubbing on the bark, so it protects your tree. Now, here's what the baseline looks like. It is 2-inch wide, traded for 300 pounds, and I got the 85-foot model. There's a 65-foot model also. Now, what that means is this whole line right there is 85 foot. Now, the other thing that comes in the box is the ratchet strap and the other closed end. Don't mind my dog. The other closed end, and this part goes around the tree, and this is 8 foot long, so it'll fit around any tree, and you should be good with any application that you want. Now we're going to show how to set this up and start working on it. Alright, so now we're going to set the slack line up on the tree. It's easier with 2 people, but it can be done with 1. But since I have my daughter here to help me, I'll show you how to do it with 2 people. So first off, hand her the one side. Make sure you have it lined up with how high you want it in the tree. We're going to go about right here to start off. Now what you want to do is you want to pass the closed loop in between the ratchet like that, and then you want to pull it. Now what you want to do with the rope or the slack line here is, mine's already folded because we've used it a lot. This is called a taco fold. You want to basically fold it up on itself so it's flat, so when you pull it out, the slack line will sit flat. If you don't do this, your slack line is going to sit whatever way it rides on the inside of this loop, and it's going to be harder to walk on it. So just give her a good snug, make sure it's protected from the tree all the way around, and this end is done. So this side's down here now, so we're just going to leave it sit up against a tree. We're going to go to the other end now. Alright, it's basically the same thing. You're going to walk the slack line around the tree at the height you want it at. And then you're going to have your partner here hold the slack line. And basically the worst part about this is you have to feed all 85 feet through the loop. So this is one of the reasons why I don't keep mine rolled up, is because if you roll it up, you're going to have to feed it through here anyways. So there's really no point in rolling it up, just to unroll it again. So once you have it all through here, go ahead and make sure in the back it's good up against a tree, and then you want to do your same taco loop or fold here. So you got it through the loop, and then you got your taco fold, and then you're just going to basically snug it up against a tree like that. So then this side, when you go to pull on it, it'll be nice and flat, so it comes off the tree flat. Now you get to walk, and when you do this, make sure you keep the line straight and flat and decide you want up, because if you fold it and you get it twisting it like this, it's not going to be good. So make sure your line's all the way up. Now you want to basically just pull all the line and make sure that you keep the side up. This is slack line the whole time. Alright, so now we're at the end. So how this works is, this is just a regular ratchet strap. If anyone's ever used a ratchet strap before, it works the same exact way. There's no difference. If you haven't used one before, basically what you want to do is you want to keep this open and facing up and down. Now, again, you're going to feed all the remaining slack line through this hole here. This is the only part that sucks about this line. But once you start getting further and further distances, it's less and less you have to pull through the slack line. Or the ratchet strap, I should say. Alright, so now if you look down through here, you can see that the line is nice and level. The baseline and now if you come back over here, how this works is you want to have the bottom line and just kind of hold it back so it looks like this. On the ratchet strap you have a little lever here. You're going to push it in, which disengages the lock, and it'll let the ratchet move. Now when you pull this down, it's going to click, and it's going to ratchet back and forth, and it's going to spool the line up and make it tight on itself. You want to make sure it stays, the line stays in between the sides here. You don't want it to ride up on the sides because it'll tear it and start damaging your line, and that's not good. So you basically want to give it some clicks. And then when you get it to a point where it's nice and tight, like this, you can turn it upside down, you can grab a hold of it, and then you can lean back with it and give it a good pull. And once you get it to about where you can't click it anymore easily, you shouldn't crank on this super hard. If you crank on it super hard, you can damage the line. And you want slack in it because it is a slack line, it's not a tightrope. Once you've done that, pull up on this lever again to disengage the lock, bring it all the way down, it's locked, so it won't move anymore. So now you flip that back over, and then you look, it's a nice straight line, it's nice and steady, and it's ready to walk on. So if you want to see the next video of us walking on the slack line, go ahead and like and subscribe like always, and we'll see you next time.